Welcome to Chalk and Champagne, the podcast where we tell the truth about education.
After the bell rings. We're two Black women, educators, leaders, and school owners who've lived every side of this work.
This space is for educators, parents, and anybody wanting the real about what's happening inside schools.
We're talking burnout, leadership, boundaries, advocacy, all the things people whisper about in the staff lounge.
We love kids deeply,
but we're not going to lie to you.
So grab your wine,
or better yet, upgrade your taste.
Grab your champagne.
A toast.
It's a real dialogue.
So,
What's up, Toya?
Hey, girl. I ain't talk to you.
You look so cute.
I
mean, are we twinning over here with the
twin
dress?
energy? Twin energy.
It's different, but I think we didn't do this on purpose.
This wasn't. Earth tones was the thing.
But I didn't know she was doing like a sleeveless dress, trying to be like me. But it's all good because she's cute. She's cute.
So, what you do this weekend?
Oh my gosh, this weekend, Sunday, I was in the house. Like, I didn't leave out the house. I was missing my mom. And then it was just really heavy. Like, that grief like settled in out of nowhere. And I was just missing her, probably because Mother's Day is coming, my birthday is coming, all of that. I don't know, but I felt better Monday after I dropped my son off at school. Like, I was literally about to go to work, and I was like, nope, I'm going to get off the highway. And I went to the cemetery, and I have not gone to the cemetery by myself. So that was a big stepping stone for me. Like, we have her gravesite, so I was able to go, and I felt a little better. Like, I was able to listen to some music and just be outside with her. So it really did feel so much better.
That's good. I'm proud of you for that. Because
Thank you.
I don't know. I'm a part of the club now. We got our parents over here.
Yes.
Mom's is over here. My dad's over here in the Black Urn. And so, real life stuff happens, and, we push through all of that kind of stuff. So we'll get into that. But I'm really proud of you for just like taking the time that you needed to be in that moment.
Yeah, so enough of that. I saw some clips on IG. You was in Houston.
Shout out H-Town. Let me tell you something.
Houston
One thing I'm going to do is not cancel the trip, okay?
Okay.
But I had my
How was
crutch.
Houston?
My crutch.
Oh,
My
yeah,
crutch was with us.
because you just had knee surgery.
I had knee surgery, so it matches the outfit. So
Okay.
I kept
I like
it.
the vibe. I like
You
it. Yeah, okay. I feel you.
So, I tore my meniscus during Zumba and kickboxing. Shout out to trying to be fit and hurt. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. But I'm cool now. I had my stitches taken out today. Crutch is still in the building. Crutch makes an appearance. Crutch been everywhere, but Crutch is over there.
Was it in Houston with you?
It was in. Let me tell y'all something. In Houston, y'all show up for the needy, the special, the accommodating, the comedy. Y'all are accommodating out there. You know what I'm saying? Crutch made it in the club. I jigged a little bit, sat my black behind back down, jigged a little bit. Every time they play Boosie and Webby, I'm jigging. Okay?
Yeah.
So, but I did that. That was fun. So I'm happy to be back.
Good. I'm glad you took some time for yourself. Yeah. I love Houston. I was just there. Like, shout out Houston. We always shout y'all out.
You
so
was
y'all
rodeo,
gotta write
you was rodeo in there.
I was. It was a good time. It was so many people, and just like every time I go to Houston, like it's just always fun.
Time.
It's a great time. It's a great time. So Houston is always a vibe.
Listen.
So to that.
To the vibe.
Go ahead. If you're drinking at home, go ahead and take a toast to that. Houston peeps.
Houston peeps, Texas peeps, down south peeps, what's up? So, okay, let's get into this, okay?
What we talking about today?
Y'all gonna love this one because this is a thing across the board for us, for Black women, Black men. We have to do this. So we're talking about code switching and if it's a job requirement or not.
So when you say code switching, are you really just focusing on the minorities?
I'm focusing on whoever the minority is in that system.
Good. Okay.
Yep, in that system. So we're talking about like surviving in whatever system you're in. So if it's a majority Black system and you're non-Black, what does that look like? If it's a majority white system and you're non-white, what does that look like? I can speak to my experiences. And
it's going to feel very uncomfortable to hear, especially if you have lived this experience, being in education or being in any type of role that you're in, that you work in, like being the minority, having to live through microaggressions and things like that. Sometimes you have to show up in a different light. You have to dress a certain way. You have to wear your hair a certain way. You have to speak a certain way. And sometimes we're from down south, and we're not always, you know, articulating our sounds or our words.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy because being in a system, so in the school district that I worked in first, so I was the minority in that school system. It was about 50-50, maybe 60-40 students, 60 white, 40 black students. Staff, I was one of three. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And it was 60 something staff members. And so it was like walking into a system where it's like, damn, okay, I'm on stage. Riding down the street, listening to Lil Jon. Riding down the street, listening to Cardi. Whoever is playing.
Because, in the morning time, you got to have your playlist going. Like, sometimes we listen to the gospel.
Yeah.
Or we switching and put some trap music.
I'm going to war now. So right? I'm like, okay.
Or we're going to put on some Rihanna. And then, you know, what it's like when you pull in that parking lot, So
I pull in the parking lot. Man, let me tell you something about, I had a Dodge Charger at the time. I love that Charger. It was a 2012 Dodge Charger. Love the Charger. I mean, I had that music turned up. Do you hear me turned up? Pulling the parking lot, still turned up. I said, all right, the buses are
I can see you doing that because you love music.
Turned up. Let me turn it back down. Get out the car. Walk in the building. Oh, good morning. Hello, everyone. This, and this, woo, woo. Like, I'm on stage. It's like, and sing when you get out the car and sing when you walk in the building.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you stories. I remember a time, it was my second year teaching. I already had my baby Kendall. Shout out Kendall. It was my second year teaching. And we went on a conference, an NEA conference, to the Ozarks, Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri. And it was my first time on conference. Well, I'm the only minority that's going from the school. I'm going with some women. And I will never forget.
Wait, why you say it like that?
Because there were no, when men are involved, women, it's a little bit of a different, like women seemingly are on their better behavior when there are men involved. But there was a group of women that went to the conference. And we're there, and I will never forget, and I will not ever name this. I don't think I've ever told this story to anybody, but it pisses me off when I do it because I had to figure out how to stand up for myself in this moment. And we were, after the conference, we went to a bar because, that happens. And she's like, is this your hair? Is this your hair? Is this your hair? And I was like,
was touching your hair?
Boiling. Do you hear me? Like, second year teaching. I was not tenured. Second year teaching. And I was like, okay.
Did you?
Okay.
Okay, let me
I said, okay. I said, listen, I need you to stop touching my hair. Like, I need you to stop.
What made her feel comfortable
to
touch your hair?
Liquor.
Okay.
Liquor. And I was like, do I need this job? Yes. Like, I had to run down all of the things.
Fuck that. I'm sorry. No, because
is this your hair?
Because she's been wanting to do that for
Is this a weave? Is this a weave? I said, you motherfucker.
So she had to wait till alcohol get in her system to feel comfortable.
So you've been wanting
to say that, and you've been wanting to touch that, and you never touch a black girl's hair. That's something we don't do.
So I said something to her in that moment, and then I left. And my mentor was there because you get a mentor for 2 or 3 years. I don't remember what it is now. And shout out to my mentor. And she was like, why did you leave? And she didn't, in her mind, nothing happened. But I had to tell her, I need to get the hell up out of here.
Because I might be losing my job.
Because I'm going to lose my job. Like, I don't typically boil, but when I boil, it happens. And so I walked up out of there. I got myself back to the room or whatever, and I was rooming with my mentor. And I told her what happened. And she was like, I'm going to say something.
That's
and
crazy.
So when we talk about, I say that to say that I feel like as a black woman in spaces that aren't typically our spaces, there has to be people.
Some cultural awareness.
But in addition to that, people that don't look like us that use that cultural awareness to call out those types of things that happen. I'm 25 years old.
So I'm glad you said that. In order for them to call it out, they got to feel comfortable. That means they have to be around black people. They have to know, and they have to see it. They don't see it all the time. Mm-hmm. They have to experience it, and I have to let you know, hey, you might not have just seen that, but this is what happened. And then now they can have their lenses on, and then now they can call it out. Yeah. But sometimes they still will not call it out because they don't want to look wrong in their peers.
And they won't call it out.
And so they'll just sit there and, just allow somebody to go through that.
Yeah, I think that women, men, whoever that are the majority, you have to be intentional. Educators, business world, you have to be intentional about what is going on around you. Because you are in a space that's comfortable to you, and you're an educator. So how do your children feel in those spaces? This person was this person was a counselor that did this. So it's like you see kids that are in a different, like they come to you for things that they may not come to their teacher for. Like you're the school, you should be the school mom essentially.
Yeah.
And so it has to be an intentional thing that educators that who are not the minority, who are the majority, to do work on themselves to understand who is around them, being socially aware, doing the work. It's not my job to teach you how to be aware. It's not my job.
I believe back in the day we used to have a lot of training. I feel like we don't have a lot of that training anymore. Of course, DEI is being taken away and things like
I'm a
that.
drink.
But it's going out the window, but it's still there because that's something we live through every single day with the microaggressions. I remember, just being in the system. So mine was a little bit different. Like I was at a district, I was at the Title I school. I take a Title I school all day long, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was able in that position. I was a classroom teacher, and I was able to move into a reading specialist at that school. However, when I got a new role, I was the district ELA curriculum coach, right?
Oh, that's dope.
So you, I'm in this black urban district. However, we have a lot of Caucasian teachers, right? No, that's another conversation, right? I remember getting the job. I got offered the job, and it was the summertime. Hear me out. I'm so excited because I bypassed all these people to get this job. This is a big
Oh
role, right?
no.
So I bypassed all these people to get this job. I had a lot of haters. I was just really mad. Whatever,
Shout out to the haters.
all the time. So I remember asking, first of all, the assistant superintendent and the director of curriculum did not want me because I was black, right? And I heard that they wanted this other lady. I'm like, well, you know why? Of course, we know why. She was a different color, whatever. But my supervisor at the time, she was the coordinator who fought for me to get the job. I didn't even know she was fighting for me behind the scenes. But I would never forget. I asked her. It was the summertime. I was like, I have a braid appointment this weekend. I know I have this new role. Is it okay I get braids? And
That's
she looked at me. I mean, I know you
crazy.
guys know me by Shay, but my name is Kiana. My first name is Kiana. Shay is my middle name. She was like, I got braids. What are you saying? I was like, but I mean, I'm in this role. Like, can I get braids? She was like, girl, don't you ever ask me no question like that. So I was like, you know what? You are so right. So I was questioning, like, can I get my box braids, right? I had an appointment, and I should not have to question if I
A
should wear braids
hairstyle.
or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I'm in this district role. What are
Mm-hmm.
these white people gonna look at? How are they
Mm-hmm.
gonna view me because I have this? Like, I feel like oftentimes we worry about how we dress, how we show up, how we are speaking
Mm-hmm.
to others, and why we can't be ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
we always got a code switch
Mm-hmm. Every time, everywhere.
because we as black women have to work so much harder than our counterparts, and
Yep.
it's
Overqualified.
unfair.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Overqualified. There was a moment in my start of my career. I was a teacher for a few years, and then there was a department leader role that came up, and I was like, science teacher. It was a science teacher, science department role, which was an extension. It was like an extra little bit of a money on top, but I was leading department meetings. And there was this teacher there. We started at the same time. She was older. This was her second career, I think, but she was older. You know who you are. And so we both came up for the department leader
She
role.
mad right now.
Should be. She should be. She should be. Came up for the department leader role, and I got the role. And she was so funky in those meetings. She would not come and engage. Like, we're talking about data. We're talking about children. We're talking about the children that we serve here at this school. And you're gonna show up. You're mad at me, but you still can't do your job.
Right.
And that's above me. Like, that's not on you. And another lady called her out. She was like, "Why are you showing up like that?"
The other person, was she the same
She
race
was
as her?
Hispanic and white.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to you, because you know who you are. And so she was Hispanic and white, and it was just like refreshing because they had a few of them. a handful of them had done the work. But what I know about myself is I'm going to disrupt any system that I go into, and I'm going to show up how I show up. You cannot tell me how to dress. You cannot tell me how to do my hair. You cannot tell me what clothes to wear. You're going to tell me to show up as my authentic self. You're going to get this same person in every situation. And I made it a point after that girl started pulling my hair, I will either, I'm not going to say, I will lose my job, or you're going to accept me. Like either one. You know what I'm saying? Either one. So,
It's so funny you said that.
Think about it is crazy.
Show up like dressing. I remember I was doing my student teaching, and I thought it was okay to dress like what I was seeing everybody else dress like. It baffles me that sometimes when we go inside these schools, you'll see another teacher who do not look like me wearing some stretch pants or some leggings and a t-shirt, right? But because sometimes, I know how to dress professionally, my butt is bigger, right? So I got to make sure I don't dress like that. Well, I was still young. I was in college. I went to Alabama A&M. I did my student teaching. So
shout out A&M.
Yes, HBCU, Bulldogs. I did my student teaching. And so I was getting a little comfortable, I guess, with how they was dressing. And I didn't know I was dressing wrong, but I guess I wasn't dressing to par, like professionally. So my cooperating teacher at the time was like, Kiana, you do not have on, proper attire. I was like, well, I'm wearing what basically everybody else is wearing. And she was like, no. So that was an experience for me. And then my first year teaching, I started in a school district. I did the same thing. So it didn't click for me, right? So I'm like, I don't know why it didn't click. It just didn't click. Because I never went through anything like that. Mm-hmm. And then my mentor teacher pulled me to the side and was like, well, the principal just said something about your attire. I was like, but it's not bad. She was like, but you're not dressing up enough. I was like, well, I'm copying what everybody else is wearing, right? So to this day, when I go to work, I'm overly dressed. And people are like, where you going today? Why you got this on? That did something. Like, I was traumatized from that. It really did something to me. So I was like, I have to wear this. I have to wear that. And like, I'm just going to work. So I'm like, well, I'm wearing this because my biggest fear is I don't want any, and people going to think what they think. I can't control that. But if I can control what you're going to say about me negatively, I'm going to control it. So I'm going to make sure my hair is together. I'm going to make sure that I'm practicing my lines. And, sometimes when I get nervous, I do speak, I'm like, okay, I'm nervous, so I'm stuttering, things like that. Or, grammar might be incorrect because I'm nervous, but I tried my hardest. So you don't have a reason to say she's not fit for this job.
Imagine how, that's exhausting.
It's so exhausting.
Like, and you think about like how that translates to kids. When you think about Black students in a predominantly white system, the dress code is not the same for all kids.
It's not.
They have to code switch. They're learning it all. They're learning it right now. They're learning like, okay, when I'm trying to think of a name. Latoya, the white girl, wears some stretch pants or some volleyball shorts or whatever. She never gets stopped in the hallway. Yep. But when Anna, the Black girl, wears the same pants because she's thicker, she has a bigger butt.
Yep.
Genetically, she gets stopped. And so as the universal spokesperson for all Black kids, I guess, I would call that out because I'm like, no, then she needs to change her clothes too. She needs to change too. Or no one changes. You have to pick. And so that's like as a teenager, as a 8th grader, 7th grader, 6th grader, like that's exhausting.
That is.
And you learn how to do that at an early age, and it's not cool. So I would tell the people a couple of things. Like, as our lived experiences, I would say if you don't fit in the system, find a new system or create your own system. That's what I would say.
That's true to a certain extent, because here you have kids, you tell them, to create your own system, but at the same time, it's like, I don't even want that drama. So how do you tell a child, like, do you just live through this? Or, you make sure that they're aware of different things. So I try to make sure my son is aware of things, but he doesn't speak about everything. He'll speak to me about everything, but I'm trying to teach him how to advocate, but you got to say something for everything that you're seeing, right? Because, some things are better left unsaid.
Yeah.
So I agree, but I disagree with that
Mm-hmm.
part.
I know what you're saying. I think when we talk about teaching our kid, well, I'm talking to adults like in that part. But when we talk about children, same thing. I'm teaching my 16-year-old has pretty much got it. Like she's got it. Like the
Mm-hmm.
advocacy part, she's got it. She speaks up for herself for the most part. I told her pick and choose your battles. Everything is not as it appears. Whatever. Mommy will fight your my 9-year-old. Mommy will fight your battles, but you got to like let me know what's going on. So I teach my
Yeah.
children to talk to me, but I always say when they leave for school today, stand up for yourself even if it means to an adult.
Yeah.
And we've role played like what that looks like
Oh, that's
because
good.
sometimes adults, and I love teachers, like I think that they have the most important job on this planet, in doctors and nurses and a lot of other people. Okay, whatever. Teachers,
First responders,
first
right?
responders. Okay, essential workers. Oh God, please. Okay, sorry. I think it's important that we are mindful of how or what you kill hope or build hope. Like what are we doing with children? So if we're instructing children to do something, we need to teach them how to advocate for themselves, and we need to apologize to kids when we get it wrong. And so if my kid is saying like, okay, I will change my clothes or pull my shorts down or whatever you want me to do, but me and Anna have on the same shorts. So like, does she need to do that too? Or I think that's low key like a little dry snitching, but she has to figure out a way to do it. It's like I'm not
Yeah.
the only one that's walking around here like this. And you can put your teacher to the side or talk to your parent. And I send an email quick. Like I just want to know, can you clarify what happened at school today?
Oh,
So
baby, I'm
parents,
not sending
yeah,
emails. I go up
you show up.
there. I do. RJ.
Can I
RJ.
talk to you for
I
a
be
second?
like, they be like, is everything okay? I was like, yeah, I just got
You
a
see, you
couple
code switching right
concerns.
there. You're yes,
But
it's so funny.
I got a couple of concerns because I don't want nobody to say I'm too aggressive, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to
Oof.
let me soften it up. I got a couple of concerns. I mean, he said he got in trouble, but he did notice that the other kids didn't get called on, and he did, and he was one of the black kids. No, I really love him. No, I don't know what you're talking about. That's not my experience.
It's his though.
But I'll let you know that I'm aware. He's aware. So you got one more time.
Yeah.
And now we're going upstairs to the principal. Like, so I do things a little differently.
Yeah.
I don't be so quick to send an email
Yeah.
paper trail yet, just because let me talk to you because
Yeah.
I know my presence is gonna be known.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
So with code switching, sometimes you at a school, if you at a school with all black kids and they're clowning, do you go in there, hey, if y'all don't sit down, blase, blase, or okay, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to have a seat. Which one are you?
Hell nah. So
Well, I don't care. Wait. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay, I black mama all my
Yeah.
students. I don't care if it's 3 black kids in the class and everybody white. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because that relationship is the same. Like I build it no
Yeah.
matter what. So when
Yeah.
I was in a predominantly white school, I black mama them, and then the white kids love y'all. They would look at me like, and then I give them that little mama look. And then when I went to another school, Title I, shout out that school, black mama them, and they're used to it. You know what I'm saying? But like my kids knew like that look or that tone, or like I'm not gonna tell y'all again. I've told you too many times. Sit down. I taught middle school though. So like the conversations.
Oh
and all that
no,
kind of
I
stuff
don't
was,
like. I'm the
different.
same way. Like you're gonna get Miss Foot.
Yep.
Miss Foot is
Same
the same way.
way.
Have a seat. I'm not gonna remind you.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
I'm not playing. Like sit down. I mean, you're not gonna act like
Mhm.
this. You can act like this at home, but you're not gonna act like this inside my classroom. Like I was.
Did you have one though that you went to? Was like, listen, I'm gonna tell you one more.
Oh, I had a couple. Let me tell you something. Come here.
Time.
Like,
Yes, come here.
Let
you.
me come here. If you don't go and sit down, you don't want to know what I'm about to do. I'm about to call your like go have a seat.
Yep. And they got with the program.
Yep.
And half of it is relationship building, but it's like that's in us. Close that door, I'm me. Open that door, I'm like,
You know what I do not like? When a teacher tried to pre-warn me about a kid. Oh, are you about to get Henry? Make sure you A, B, and C.
Man,
Stop
I got
it right
Henry.
there.
I got Henry.
Because I'm gonna build a relationship. I don't want to know anything about a kid. Let me do that because I already know what I gotta do. Like
No,
don't
that's
do
real.
that.
That's real. That's
And
like
that's
that.
something that I know we're talking about code switching, but I'm getting off track. But
No,
that's
you are.
something like teachers, like if y'all doing that, stop it right now. Like, do not go to another teacher and be like, I mean, you about to get Darnisha. Don't, I mean, she this, she that. Like, don't do that because I don't want to hear it. Because what Donisha did in your classroom, she might not do in
She
mine.
ain't gonna do in my classroom.
Like, no, because I'm gonna build that relationship with her
And her
parents,
mama.
whoever I need
Yep.
to build it with.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
no.
And it's
So
different. It's so different. And I don't think that a lot of educators understand. We can track students like with data, and that way we know what they need, and maybe their past experience with IEPs, things like that. That's fine. But when it comes to like if they cut up in your class, I can kind of wrangle them in. I can kind of wrangle them in just because on the strength of relationship building. And so no, I experienced that too. And it's just you the student who you had last year, a lot of things may have happened in that summertime where that
oh
student
my
showed
gosh, yes, like you cannot, like, man.
different. Yeah, Henry on the honor roll now, babe. Sit down. He's fine.
But
He's
shout out to everybody who feels like you got a code switch. Just show up who you are. Like you don't gotta switch for who you are. I do believe in being professional. What does that look like? Maybe I gotta wear a suit today because the superintendent is coming in the building, or I have a speech I gotta do, so I cannot wear some leggings. I gotta wear some slacks. Or maybe sometimes I'm gonna wear a fro, but I'm gonna just do something different with my hair today. Like, it's okay. Don't think you got a code switch, but I do believe in professionalism.
Professionalism is not the same, and I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Like, be who you are, but be professional. You're not walking up in there trapping in your head or trapping out loud. Like, be who you
Or singing. Like, come on.
chill.
Like, even if you singing country songs, like we're at work, right? Remember where we are, right?
Yes.
Like, you could not go off on a tangent all the time. Like, you gotta remember to be professional at all times.
Yes.
So, I mean, are you adapting your communication, or are you suppressing your identity? What would you say?
I would say adapting my communication. I think that who I am is I am. It is very important to me to continue to remain who I am. I cannot be anybody different than Latoya when I show up in any space.
Yeah.
Now, on the Capitol floor, we was just said shout out to Tanya Rush. Professional, right? Like,
yes.
Showed up in our suits. Did all the things. I call it politicking, but I think it's still who we are. But we are like, I'm enunciating my words.
Right.
I am, doing.
But
those
I'm glad
things.
you said that,
It's
because
different.
you're gonna get a different person at different events, right? The Shay person, when I go out, I'm gonna be a different.
Shay.
I'm Shay. Like, don't let me get some Tito's in my system.
We're gonna black that one out because they didn't give us a brand deal.
Oh yeah,
you're good. No,
but don't let me get something in my system, right? That's gonna make me turn up a notch, right? But you just gotta know who you are and where you are. Like, I like that line. Who you are and where you are.
Where you are.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too.
That's a line.
That's literally it. Who am I and where am I?
Exactly.
I
So
like
just
that.
remember, can we brand that?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So keep being who you are. Be mindful of where you are. That's good. That was 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 good. Mm-hmm. All right, now it's time for everybody's favorite. It's time for
Shay's Class Clown of the Day. This is where we highlight the mess, the moments, and the things that make you say, now, why would you do that?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Kiana Shay from Chalk&Champagne. Please do not forget to like and subscribe at Chalk&Champagne. We got some wonderful episodes coming soon. See you soon. We love you.
Whether it's a teacher, a parent, or the system itself.
All right, now, so we're going to show a video. We want y'all to watch this, and then we're going to talk about it.
You know what, Toya? We're not going to do a video today. No video.
What we doing?
We're gonna do something a little different.
Okay, I'm here for
let's get into what would you do. Like, it's still a little, class clown, but what would you do? I'm gonna say a little scenario.
Okay.
And you gotta, answer some questions because I want to know what would you do.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? I got some questions for you. Okay. Okay, so here's what happened. An elementary teacher is in the middle of teaching her class. Students are engaged, the lesson is going well, and suddenly the classroom door swings open. A parent walks in.
Oh, God.
No call, no warning. I don't even know how she got past
How
the front door. Okay. She's visibly upset. She raises her voice and says, "Why is my child failing your class? You're not teaching them anything." The students go silent. Everyone is watching. the teacher is caught completely off guard, standing there in front of her class. So, Toya,
Ooh, we.
tell me,
Okay.
in this moment, what would be your first move?
Okay. So my first move, and this is I did not know that this was happening. So this is my authentic response. I did not have time to think about it. So my first move would be I would walk over to the lady, or this is a mom, dad.
Mhm.
Okay, walk over to the mom, and I would say, "Hey, give me a second. I'll talk to you in the hallway, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But right now, I need to finish what I'm doing with kids." And I'm really wondering, like you said, like how in the hell did you make it from the front door
Without
down
showing
the
your
hallway
license,
without
without a
any of that?
visitor pass.
Yeah, that has happened though. Like parents will walk
Yes.
straight in, and
Mhm.
sometimes the administration knows the parents, so they're like, "Come on in, whatever." But I would tell her like, "Give me a second. I will meet you in the hallway."
Okay,
What
so
would you do?
that happened to me before,
Okay, tell me about it.
girl. So that was in my beginning years of teaching. So the like I wasn't seasoned yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm young, thinking I always gotta pop off at the mouth, right?
Mhm.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So looking back, I remember I had a student, a very smart student. I don't even know like why her mother and father
Ooh, that's a little intimidating.
came to my classroom. I was teaching second grade, and they were so upset. I don't even remember the conversation, but the father went off on me in front of the kids, and I ended up saying something back. I do not know what I said, but I said something back. But after that, I immediately called the office, and I was like, I feel very uncomfortable. Someone needs to come down here really quickly. This parent just went off on me in front of the kids. My kids stayed silent like this other scenario. Like the kids didn't say anything, but I was so mad, and I think I started crying because I know I couldn't do like I couldn't say what I wanted to say because like I'm at work, but I was so young, so I didn't have any experience. So what like now
in
I
real
know
life,
what to do
I'ma
and how to
cut up.
handle
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
situation,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I know
yeah.
how to.
Yeah.
You know, this conversation's not going anywhere. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and leave my classroom.
This is what you would do now.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, but then I'm like, I
Who
always
are you
had
talking to?
like who you like what?
Yeah.
What you thought this was? So
Yeah.
so I got a question. How do you protect your authority in the classroom without escalating the situation? How do you protect your authority? Because at the same time, you know, you don't want to escalate it, but I am the teacher in this classroom.
So remember when we talked about the beginning of the episode, like things that sometimes being professional on a job, code switching, etc. It's one of those things where I have to make sure remember that I'm on stage.
Okay.
So it's like an acting job because kids are watching, and so I'm telling them make sure you use your words, make sure you de-escalate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To tell them to do all these things. So 41-year-old Toya this is my answer now. Had you asked me
Right.
25-year-old Toya, I don't know how I would have answered that. But and you having a situation happening to you, you probably have a different answer because you know one side versus the other side.
Yeah.
But 41-year-old Toya, I would be like, listen, I am in the middle of class. I do not know how you got down here, but I'm going to ask you to leave again and meet me in the hallway, or you can set up an appointment and we can have my plan time is at 12:15 and we can have a conversation. I can tell you exactly why Lil John is failing. You know, or whatever the case may be. And I have a little bit of sarcasm with me. That,
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I had a situation that this parent did not like me. I didn't even know she did not like me. And I remember my principal coming to me and she was like, girl, did you used to mess with her boyfriend or something?
Happened, right?
I was like, what are you talking about? And so I remember going in, we had the best security guard, and he was like, you didn't see me on the parking lot? Like, I come here every day making sure you okay. I was like, what? So apparently the parent called over to the office, like the security office, talking about what she about to do to me and this and that. I didn't even know if this stuff was happening. Like, so these are real life situations that these parents go too for. It's like, first of all, we're taking care of your kids every single day.
Yeah.
Like, I can see if I'm mistreating your kids, but don't bring that energy because I do love kids. Like, we love them deeply. Like, that's true, right?
Yeah.
Like, but don't bring me that energy. Just talk to me, communicate with me. And sometimes our parents don't know how to do that. That's why our kids act the way they do, but that's all another conversation.
They're
right? But it's like, don't be disrespectful towards me because I take care of your kids 7 hours of the day every single day.
I used to say that we're with them more wake hours than they're with their parents.
Right.
So how would you protect your authority in your classroom?
Now, I would kind of do the same thing that you did. Like I would be like, let's remove this conversation. Let's set up a meeting. I probably say, can we talk about this? Can we have a meeting of where I'm at today? Like the situation I am in today. Like Kiana would say that. But the old person would probably say, girl, get off my classroom. I don't know who you talking to. Like I had situations like that. And, hence that's why the security.
Shout out to growth.
Yes. And then just experience, like just living through, because I don't think I would have gotten this far, like in my career if I would have still had that same attitude. Like I can't approach everything negatively and things like that or have an attitude. Like it be times that I want to go off on, RJ's teachers, but I can't do that. Like I gotta have a straight up grown up. I gotta put my big girls on.
And I think that being a mom, and you tell me if this is how you feel too. I ask you this question. So do you feel like now that you have your own child who is of age where you have to advocate for him, they're not in preschool, you have to advocate for them a lot of years, but having to advocate for them and you're your teacher and your mom.
Oh gosh, yes.
How do those two things like meld together?
It's hard. It's so hard. I try to remember I'm a teacher, but I'm a mom first, and that's my boy. So I gotta make sure he's good. But I think for the most part, I'm a data person. I'm gonna collect the data. Like I'm gonna email you if you're not doing anything. Now I'm gonna go above you and like let's set up a meeting. I'm gonna have a meeting.
Let's talk.
And we're all gonna be there. The teacher, the principal, whoever needs to be in this meeting, I'm gonna have a meeting. Like, and I get so mad sometimes in these meetings because that's when the teacher come out because you sitting here lying because I know you didn't do this. Like you sitting here lying. Don't lie to me. So yeah. Okay. So this is one moments for professionalism matters more than emotion. Step 1, stay calm. Right? Remember to stay calm, even if the parent is not. Step 2, set a boundary, like you said, immediately. Like I'm gonna talk to you outside. Step 3, remove the situation from the classroom. Like this is not happening right now. Let's set a time to talk about it.
And if that don't work, step 4, turn up. I'm just fine.
That's Toya. She will turn up. Like that's the old Shay. I'm not gonna turn up. I don't got time for that. I got too much to lose. So I'm not turning up.
Listen.
And Toya does too. She's not gonna turn up. She's just playing.
I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Okay.
All right, now, so we want to hear from y'all. What would you do if a parent confronted you in front of your classroom? So don't forget to write in on our socials, our email, Chalk&Champagne. Let us know what you would do,
or if this even happened to you before, because we want to know. Okay.
All right.
So you know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's time for Blackboard Confessions. So Blackboard Confessions is where teachers, parents, and students send in their real stories. Anonymous, unfiltered, and a little messy. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Toya. I want to thank you all for watching our show. Before we get into the juicy mess of Blackboard Confessions, I want you to subscribe to our show, Chalk&Champagne. So hit that like button, subscribe, share, tell your friends. But always education-based.
Where the truth comes out.
No names, no schools.
Just honesty.
And it's unfiltered and unapologetic. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about this.
Lord, let me.
It's gonna be good.
Do I need to sip something?
Just real quick. Real quick.
Something. Okay, if y'all at home, make sure y'all sip y'all champagne or whatever you got
before we get into it. Oh, that's good.
It is good.
Shout out to that champagne. All right, confession. I'm a principal, and I wouldn't send my own child to this school.
Oh my gosh. This sound like.
I've been in education for over 15 years. Teacher, instructional coach, now principal. On paper, my school looks good. Test scores are acceptable. Suspensions are low. The district highlights us as stable. But that's not the full story. What people don't see is what I see every day. I see classroom where rigor is inconsistent. I see teachers who are overwhelmed and some who have quietly given up. I see students who are being passed along, not because they're ready, but because we don't have another option. And behavior, we don't address it the way we should, because discipline data matters more than reality.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we redirect, we document, we have conversations. Consequences, rare. I watch the same students disrupt learning over and over again while other kids sit there losing instruction. And those kids, they're the ones I think about when I go home because I have a child. And when I look at what I see every day, I can honestly say that it's the environment. It's not, sorry, I would honestly say that this environment I would not choose for them. That's the part that keeps me up at night because I'm leading a building that I don't fully believe. Ooh, that's so hard.
Wait a minute.
I'm leading a building that I don't fully believe in, and I don't know what's worse, the system that created this or the fact that I'm a part of it. It makes me a little sad.
Oh no. I mean, it's true though.
So. Oh, let me go back. Where did she come from? Where did she come from? Oh, this is Atlanta.
Girl, that's
This is
probably
Atlanta.
every city
This
in
is
the
Atlanta.
US, right?
This is teacher from
Okay,
Atlanta.
so before we go, so
That's a toughie. What would you
it is
do?
it's very tough. I remember teaching, and my teammate, they was having an argument about, well, I would not send my kid here. I didn't have kids yet.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any kids yet, and so I was like, well, if you can't send your kid here, why you working here? Blase, blase, blase. I was new. Didn't see exactly what she's talking about. Like, I'm new. I'm just excited to be a teacher. Like, oh, I got my classroom. I can decorate my classroom. This. Not thinking like my lens has changed, right? Fast forward. I know what I want for my child. I know what I want for myself. And I'm not saying that someone's school is better. I'm not saying that. However, I do understand probably where she's coming from, but I do not understand that you're leading and you don't believe in a build. Like, you probably not the best fit for that building instructionally because how you gonna lead something that you don't believe in? Mm-hmm. Now, I do understand sometimes we don't want our kids going to a certain school or a certain district. You know, that's another conversation. You know, do your kid go, like a topic? But that's real. Like, that's hard. I don't know. Like, I'm torn. Like,
it's tough
because I'm torn because what she said, like, she doesn't really believe in a building that she's leading in. Mm-hmm. That's what makes me like, because now you're part of the problem. Everything that you see, you're part of the problem. How are you going to change that? And that you wrote that in, like, you feel comfortable. I mean, I know it's anonymous, right? But dang, I don't know. Yeah. That's a tough one. Like, how do you, like, ooh.
It's tough. I think, and I haven't lived this. I've lived working in a school where I didn't believe in certain things about the system. And so for me as an administrator, it was up to me to change those things or to lead in a way where I was attacking those things head on. And it was uncomfortable. Teachers did not re-sign their contract. Like, you build hope or you kill hope. And people were killing hope. And I could not be a part of the system that killed hope for kids. And so I ask my teachers now, would you send your kid here? And if the answer is, whatever the answer is, if it's not yes, then you are doing something wrong or you need to go. Because I need to be able to have a staff, a group of teachers that believe in what they're doing. If your kids know better than any of these other children here.
I do hear you, but sometimes it has nothing to do with the school. It has everything to do with me as a parent or a kid, my child. I know what's best for my child. Like, this might be a good school in my area, but I don't want my child to go here. It might not be enough diversity, right? The curriculum, it comes from top down. We're not writing the curriculum. So the curriculum may not be rigorous enough. It may be the test scores. The test scores are not where I need them to be. It might be sports. Like, it's a lot of things that go into play to decide if my kid should come here or not.
So you're saying that my answer may depend on if this is a good fit for my kid, not necessarily if the system is good.
Yes.
So as an administrator, though, I would want my teachers to feel like this is a good place for kids. Not being able to, like...
But it might be a good place for kids. However, but it might not be a good place for my child. Yeah. Because it's not enough diversity.
Yeah.
Or the curriculum, the curriculum may be too advanced.
Yeah.
Like, it might be a good fit, but what's a good fit for me?
Yeah. Yeah. And I would say this. I would say to this point, I think you should feel a little guilty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think you should feel a little guilty. And I think you need to reground yourself and figure out which part of the systems can you actually touch on to make it better. It's not going to be a perfect system because the system is not designed for one type of kid. But when we think about the system as a whole and us as leaders, teachers are leaders of their classroom. Parents are leaders of their home. building principals or administrators, leaders of the building. But what part of those things am I able to change? Am I able to provide some coaching to those teachers to help them provide rigorous instruction, small group instruction, things like that?
That's true, but it also may take so much time, and it's like I don't got time for that. Like,
Sis got to put in the time or
like
leave because you really don't believe in the system.
she don't believe like
Her side.
she don't believe in the system. She need to go somewhere else. But I look at it differently if she would never said that part because whatever. Like I do understand sometimes people may not send their kids to their building, and I get it. Like I do understand because I'm looking at things differently. Like I'm looking at do they offer sports? It's some elementary schools that don't even have band. It's like why should I send my son there? Y'all don't even offer band, or you don't have no extracurricular activities. Like you don't got robotics. You don't have no coding. Like things like that. So I look at things differently, but I'm never gonna say I don't believe in the system because I'm part of the system.
Yeah, I think it's okay to not believe in parts of it.
But what am I doing to change it?
That's what I'm saying. But you, as an administrator, you inherit.
You do.
You inherit the system, and so now you are called to change the things that you're able to change.
But it might be hard for her to change. District might be giving her hell. Like superintendents might not be even supporting her. It's so much that I've seen on that level that she might not even be speaking about.
Yeah. So I would tell. What would you tell her? Like if you had to give her advice without saying leave, what would you tell her?
I gotta go a little bit deeper. Like, what is the real reason? Do you feel like this school can't improve? Like, do you feel like you did all this work and it's still not going anywhere? Do you feel like you don't have enough support? Like, I would try to understand, but just based off what she wrote, I would tell her, hey, don't ever say you don't believe in a system that you're part of because you are now part of the problem. That's number one. Number two, I would say, hey, give it a summer. Like, have your child go here for summer school to see how well your child is doing. And put your child here, and maybe that can spark you to want to change, right? So, because now it's a mind shift. I need to change her mind shift because her mind frame is all over the place, and I don't agree with it.
She does have a mindset that needs to be adjusted.
Yes.
I would tell her to reground herself and her why. So even if she doesn't send her kid there, her kid may go to a different school that she loves, whatever. And I didn't send my kid to the other school that I was leading. I would reground myself in that why. There was an activity that we did at the professional development where we had to bring our kids' pictures to the professional development.
Yeah.
And we would talk about, like, look at that picture, like that's your why. People send us your best. That's what I would tell her. Those people are sending us their best. They have nothing better than that.
Yeah.
Their kids are their best parts of them. So your kid is the best part of you. So you need to do, if your kid were here in this picture, your kid were here, you need to reground yourself and figure out why the hell am I here? And if you cannot refocus and set some systems in place that can improve, it ain't going to improve overnight, but over time, your data should get better. Yeah. Then I ain't going to say lead, but I'll leave that part out. But that's what I would tell her, to reground herself and her why.
So teacher from Atlanta, just remember, your why. And definitely don't give up on the kids in your building. But I resonate with you a little bit. I do understand, but I want to, know why, why you choose what you choose and, why your kid won't go there. But, if you're part of the system, like you want to see a change, like change. If not, get out the system and let somebody else lead that building that's capable of doing that.
I like that. All right.
So this episode was kind of, heavy, code switching.
It was meaty, wasn't it?
It was. It could be a lot at times. We all go through this, and I get it. I understand it. Like sometimes I gotta be like, I gotta put on a show today, right? Yeah. And like, do we really call it a show, or is it professionalism?
It's It's acting. It's professionalism.
And because teachers, you're your best actors. So we got some takeaways for you today for today's episode. Code switching can be a tool, but it should not cost you your identity.
Yeah.
Do not let it cost you your identity. Yeah. Know who you are and be who you are.
Be who you are, and build those relationships so you can identify with everybody. Like everybody can identify with everybody's culture in some way.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So figure out what that is. I would say be who you are. F what them people think. If you have to be someone else, you don't need to be there.
Don't F what they think, y'all. F what they think on the street, but not your job. Like, that's your bread and butter.
F what the people think it's
But
crazy.
I do feel you. Be strategic in your environment. Always stay grounded in who you are. Like,
Yeah.
just always know who you are and speak. Like, if you're uncomfortable with something, like, I'm a big advocate. I'm gonna speak up, but I'm gonna speak up professionally. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, but be
That's
who
real.
you are and just speak about it.
Yeah. Okay. I like
Okay.
that. All right. So we've
Okay,
come
this
to the
was a
end.
good episode. Black Boy Confession was
It
good.
was good. I like that little
Um,
that switcheroo for class clown. I wasn't ready for that, but I
yeah,
like that. I
but you
like that.
can visualize what
Yeah, because it happens.
it happens
Yeah.
every day, all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. So if this episode made you think, reflect, or feel seen, make sure you subscribe and share. All our socials are on the screen.
Yes, and send this to somebody in education who needs to hear it.
We will be back with more real conversations. So until
Till
next
next
time,
time,
it's a real dialogue, chalk and champagne.
chalk and champagne.